As a day trader, starting my mornings right is very important as over time I've noticed an improved performance with my entries, my exits, and also generally how my psychology is handled across my trading day. So this video I want to walk you guys through a sneak peek of what I do pre-market open and how I go about my day to improve my trading performance. I believe this video is going to be very impactful to anyone watching regardless of your trading system. So I go by these 5 P's. Now this is simply me reminding myself that proper preparation promotes peak performance. So today we've been able to take this GBPJPY trade, and it was a trade that I was able to finish up my day around 8:15 in the morning, and that was pretty much it. So let's get right into the video, but before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here, turn your post notification, and hit that like button as well, as it do encourage the algorithm and the channel to also promote our videos very much better. Sit back, relax, let's go guys. So bless you all guys. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching the content as always. So GBPJPY happens to be one of those trades that was shaping up pre-London market open, and looking at my data over time, I do get the best of the best entries before the London market open most of the time. So the market do shift from time to time, and this is just based off my own preference and the way I trade, and the way I've optimized my chart on TradingView also improved my performance. So let's get on to TradingView and let's start off from there guys. So over here on TradingView, this is the trade I took on GBPJPY guys. So on this particular trade, I was able to scoop my entry here and exit here. So that's around 1.3.5 RRR, that's risk to reward ratio basically. So let's use the replay toolbar to take price back to where it was in the morning when I woke up. So if you look at this now, when we go on to the daily chart, you will see that price has been building up over some time. Now mind you guys, session trading is super profitable. Basically what I do is just flow the momentum for that session and I offload everything before the end of that session. That's another thing to note. So if you look at this here, this is like the daily charts. This is like a structural level where price bounced into this gap and filled this region. We had price pushing away from here. We had another major rejection here before today's price action, which we are going to jump into much details. Now moving on from here, what I want to do is I want to basically identify how I can use my time frames to the best possible way. Now time frames are usually correlated. If you're looking at the 1 hour chart, the best time frame to get your entry is usually going to be 5 minutes, and it's differs with other time frames. Now how do I start my mornings? The night before the morning is very important. Now getting enough sleep, good sleep, sleeping early is also very important. And before I go to bed, I essentially jump on my chart, observe where the market is and what it could be like before I woke up in the morning. Usually my morning starts around 5 a.m. So by 5 a.m. I take my time and I run through my watch list or the chart and create a watch list. Now looking at this now, my charts here, this is how my chart looks like. So there's a reason why I have this lined up this in this manner. So my mentees understand this very much, which we're going to share with you guys. So basically I have all the major pairs, all the 28 Forex pairs. So starting off with DXY and the JPY basket, these are like the index that shows me the relatively strength and weakness of dollar and yen, because of these are the two most important asset class in the market. Now away from that, you see I have euros, I have USD, I have pounds, all the way to the downside. Now usually there are correlation that do come and go in the market. Sometimes it strengthens, sometimes it get weakened, sometimes it disappears as a whole. So by the time I go through this watch list from A to Z, I will spot something in the market, some similarities or anything at all that I've mentioned. Another thing to note. So if you look at this now, by the time I'm done with that, I'll be able to create my blue list. My blue list is like my top 3 pairs max four that I will look out for the day. So today is GBPJPY, AUDJPY. Sorry, GBPJPY, EURJPY. So for this year, JPY is the common denominator. However, I noticed AUDJPY has already played out. However, GBPJPY is still relatively okay and is yet to move. So hence why I select my best pick. Now, away from that, the next thing I want to do now is, of course, while I'm on my chart on GBPJPY, I want to take my morning bath to be able to reset my system. Do a little walk around the house, maybe do 1 or 2 exercise, drink some water, and I get my system fully up and running. With this done properly, waking up early and all of what I've mentioned, it puts me in the zone basically. So now down to the technical side. Now if we look at this now on GBPJPY, if we go down to the 1 hour chart, if you look at this here, this was like the trade position. So like I said, if we use the replay toolbar, this was where price was before the move we got to the upside. So looking at this, if I scale down to a lower time frame, on the lower time frame we see this much clearly. So this was the wave up, we pulled back, we were able to show signs of a continuation movement up. We went up, we bounced off from here, and we eventually went all the way here, and price did this around this region. So when I woke up, price was around here, and I had to just simply wait for it to commit to my entry. So looking at this now, the volatility usually comes in and start building before the London market open. And one way to spot this is you could use this indicator, because I do apply this indicator sometimes when possibly I'm still in doubt, I'm not so sure. So if you look at this here, this was the Asian market momentum. Okay, and the Asian market momentum, if you look at this, you get other sessions as well. So look up this indicator on your trading view. It's called ICTQ zones. You could throw that in to help you improve your entries basically. Now moving on from this here, what I want to see is price coming back down to grab this Asian session to like dip into this liquidity. If you look at this here, this is a very important segment in the market. And once I get my confirmation, I will basically take my entry. So if you look at this here, this was the London market open. This was the right at the London market open, and basically this opened, it gave me my intended profit. Although what I intended to do was to hold this trade all the way here, but with the way the last candle closed, I knew for a fact that okay, and the next candle after that could essentially undo all of the momentum the last candle gave us. So if you look at this on the 1 hour, this was a single candle. So I traded this candle from the open to the close, and that was it basically. So what are the key takeaways here? Now with all of what I've mentioned now, you notice that these are layers and stack of things that helps me to be able to pick the proper entry. If I should have woken up by 7 a.m., I will not be able to get this entry. If I should wake up by 6 at most, I might stumble upon it, but all of what I've mentioned earlier on would not really apply to me being in the zone, and it might be a 50-50 kind of case scenario for me to be able to take on this trade. So this is like my best practice that helps me each day. Now as a day trader, we don't really know if we're going to get a good trade London market, New York market, or at the back end of Asia. For me, these are the 3 primary sessions that I trade. So most of the time we don't really know what it is until you get on your chart basically, and you do the part you can and leave the rest basically. So guys, with all of these things being laid out, and me explaining it this way. I believe this should be impactful to you. And also do check out this video here on your screen. On this particular video, I touch on a few things concerning trading gold all the way to the all-time highs and some things you could also learn from it. So until next time, guys, I will see you on the next video, and the next video coming up is going to be a very interesting one. This particular one, we're going to be looking at how we ended, how we finished the month of October generally, and basically I'll walk you guys through some important insightful stuffs as well. So cheers, I will see you on the next one.